haven't sent you. Sorry, I'm going to do it this week. I swear it. I'm going to send all the links. I just remembered something. How do you say see you skinny? Because I was going to say that in my mind. So how do you say see you skinny? Because that's a sentence that we usually say. Colombian people are very Catholic or Christian. Maybe we use it a lot. Si Dios quiere. How do you say that?
Um, if God will, no, teacher?
Well, it's something will. Yeah, it is God willing. But you don't need to put the if. It's God
No?
willing. Yeah, you can only say God willing or Lord willing if you want to say. Yeah,
Okay.
because there are some people who say if God wants, but in that
Yeah.
case, it's not correct. Yeah. So if you
Mm-hmm.
want to say just get it, you don't have to say if God wants. So they usually use this expression, God willing. God
God
willing,
willing. Okay.
learn a second language or a third language. Okay, now let's move on to the last part. Aquí en esta última parte. So some people say there was one person I don't remember who said that if we add ing to the verb, it is present continuous, ando endo. Well, yes and no, no, because if I say I am eating, estoy comiendo. But in this case, no. When we have two verbs, we are going to put the two in the middle. For example, if you want to say yo quiero viajar, I want to travel. Yo necesito aprender. I need to learn. So every time that we have two verbs, we are going to put the two in the middle. It happens with most of the verbs. Yeah. But there are some verbs that we can also use ing to the verb. For example, in this case, just give me 1 second. Okay, here I have. Okay, so you can say, I like to eat pizza. I like to eat pizza. Or you can say, I like eating pizza. But this only happens with some verbs because you cannot say, I want traveling. No, it's not correct. You cannot say, I need learning. It only happens with some verbs. Okay. For example, I'm going to send you which verbs you can use with that ing. There's some verbs like, for example, enjoy, hate, love, uh, well, in this case, like, where you can use or to or ing. Okay, you can say, well, in the case of enjoy, you can now use both, only one. But you can say, I hate to eat vegetables. Or you can say, I hate eating vegetables. You can use both. Entonces recuerden, yo normalmente cuando enseño esto a los estudiantes, claro, hay muchos que se confunden, pero más que todos los estudiantes que, no los que están estudiando como ustedes la carrera, que si uno les dice, no, estoy hay unos verbos que pueden ir con, cuando hay dos verbos, le podemos por colocar el to, pero hay otros verbos que le podemos colocar la ing, normalmente se les olvida con cuáles se pueden colocar la ing, con cuáles to, como en general, con la mayoría de verbos se puede colocar el to, ahí siempre le enseño esto, siempre que tengamos dos verbos le vamos a colocar el to. ¿Qué pasa? Hay unos verbos, como les decía, como estos, ya les muestro otra lista que tengo acá, que se puede utilizar tanto el to como el ing. Quitemos este enjoy de una vez que este no va acá. ¿Cuál es la pequeña diferencia? Okay, the difference is just a small difference. It's small, but you have to learn it because you are going to be teachers, so you have to learn every detail. So that's important for you. Maybe not for some students, but that's very important. So we use it sometimes when we are going to do an emphasis in the verb. Just give me 1 second. Okay, while it is charging, what do you think that? So you were telling me, what do you think that we use that to, that ing? Why?
Depends of the sound or the accent in the word, I think.
Uh, well, not like that. Another comment. What else?
Because are state verbs.
Are what? Jesly, tell me.
Because are state verbs.
Oh, well, no. The difference, I mean, look at here, we have the image that I'm going to show you, the picture that I'm going to show you right now. It's going to explain a little bit better. So here we have one important picture. Just give me 1 second. Okay, here we have. So you can say I like to sleep, or you can say I like sleeping. You can put the like plus infinitive verb, or you can put like verb plus ing. Yeah. What's the difference? So when we talk about when we are going to use to, we talk about my habits or my routine. I like to eat chocolate for breakfast. I don't know. I like to drink coffee on weekends, whatever. When we talk about when we are going to use ing, it's again, it says like I like doing this in general. But the real thing about this one is that when we want to focus in the verb, we use ing. I mean, for example, I love eating chocolates. I love going to the gym. I like playing video games. There are some short sentences, but I focus in the verb. But if I want to say, I like to play soccer with my friends on weekends or something like that. Yeah, so I'm going to show you right now a little page that you can see some examples, some better explanations. Where do I have this one? Okay, it's right here. No sé si me va a entender. Justamente cuando cuando nos vamos a enfocar como en el verbo como tal, podemos colocar ese ing. Como les dije, es una diferencia muy mínima. Es bueno, pues que nosotros como profesores la sepamos. Normalmente a la hora del habla es muy común ver que utilicen los dos, ¿sí? Tanto el ing como el to, pero pues sí es fundamental también saber eso. Cuando nos queremos enfocar en el verbo, en la acción como tal, que es algo como muy corto, colocamos el ing. Me encanta ver series. I love watching series. Pero si ya quiero hablar de mi rutina como tal, de algo que hago usualmente, usualmente coloco el to. Me gusta ver series con mi familia, no sé, en las mañanas o en las noches cuando tengo tiempo libre. So I like to watch series with my family when I have free time or something like that. And here I'm going to show you which verbs you can, I mean, you can use to or not. Okay, here it is. Can you see the page that I'm sharing with you right now? Can you see it? Okay, guys, can you see the page that I'm sharing with you?
Yes,
Yes,
teacher.
Okay, that's great. Okay, I'm going at the end of the class, I'm going to send you this page so you can just take a deep look to this page. And here we have some important things that you have taken. Okay, but just in general, here we have some verbs that you can use to or you can use ing. Hay unos verbos, como les dije al principio, los cuales podemos, bueno, hay verbos que no ese ing, ¿no? Como yo decía, por ejemplo, el verbo querer, el verbo necesitar, la mayoría solo van con el to. ¿Sí? Pero hay unos verbos que podemos utilizar tanto el to como el ing, como estos que están justamente en esta tabla de acá, que está trabajando un poco como raro. Me dicho que ya lo cambié, espérenme, listo. Esto justamente se los envío ahorita para que lo tengan en cuenta porque es una lista pues larga. Son verbos como para que ustedes los tengan en cuenta, los cuales podemos utilizar tanto ing como el to. Y también aquí al final hay una pequeña lista, como por ejemplo vea este enjoy, que los quité de la lista porque enjoy es uno de los verbos los cuales no se debe colocar un to. So we don't have, look at for example this, here we have a good example. I always enjoy cooking. You cannot say I always enjoy to cook. Yeah. So here we have some lists of some verbs that maybe you are using with the to, but you don't have to do it. it was working well, but I don't know what happened now. Sorry for this. Ok, just another one. Mientras carga, siempre me acuerdo de cositas como que les voy enseñando a los estudiantes como palabras para que tengan en cuenta y que son las que primero se aprenden. So, how do you say, for example, I don't know, sapo? Because that's a word that people usually say, no sé sapo. How do you say that one, that expression?
Don't be a frog.
Well, let's start that frog is rana and toad, sapo, no? But remember that if you say an American person, and you say like, you are a toad or you're a frog, he's going to be like, what? So no, you cannot use that expression. So that expression, I learned that word watching freestyle. I don't know if there is one person here in this class that likes to watch freestyle when just people are rapping, they do some freestyle with some words. Have you ever heard about Loquillo or Balleste? I don't know. No, never. Well, that's about freestyle. So I learned that one, and that's snitch. Just give me 1 second and we'll write you that word. Look at this. Okay, this is very, very useful. As I tell you, look at, for example, this one. Verb followed by ing and not to. Esos son unos de los, bueno, esos son los verbos los cuales cuando vamos a utilizar dos verbos, no podemos utilizar el to, que debe utilizarse ing. I dislike, I finish, avoid, for example, feel like, involve. Entonces, que debería utilizarse el ing después, siempre que vamos a utilizar dos verbos, el siguiente verbo tiene que ir con ing. Entonces, muy, muy importante para que lo tengan en cuenta. I feel like. Do you know what is feel like?
¿Sentirse bien?
No. There is a song by Bruno Mars that says, today I don't feel like doing anything. That's by Bruno Mars. Today I don't feel like doing anything. What feel like? That's a very important expression. No? Have you ever heard about that expression?
No.
I feel like is when
Okay.
you want to say tengo ganas de. That's very, very, very used. That's very important. So if you want to say tengo ganas de comer algo, I feel like eating something, and the verb has to be with ing. Okay, so just give me 1 sec. Okay, here we have it. Okay, eso que le cambié el disco duro, pero qué triste, qué triste. A ver, a ver. Okay. Venía trabajando bien. What happened? What's from here? It was working well. Okay, now I got it here. Okay, here we go again.
Teacher,
Tell me, Carlos.
class, how do you say no seas sapo?
Okay, yeah. So snitch. Snitch. That's very, very. I mean, if you look for that word in the dictionary, that word snitch is going to say like soplón or something like that. So that's a very common expression. Or you can also say you got a big mouth. That's also very used. You get or you have a big mouth. That's very used, but this is, I mean, both both are very used. But remember that we say sapo for many things, no? Sapo is a person who's tell our secrets. And sapo is also what, when?
It's like a chismoso en español, in Spanish.
Yeah, but there is another one that is gossip. Gossip is chismoso. Yeah, so that's another important word that you got to take in mind. Tenemos gossip, que es chismoso. Snitch, sapo, or you can say you got a big mouth, or you have a big mouth. But this snitch is very, very, very used. De hecho, es una palabra que no sé, se volvió tan común, como hay unas palabras que son los americanismos o anglicismos, que los veremos después, que son muy, muy importantes, palabras propias del inglés que se utilizan en español, ¿no? Como hemos visto la vez pasada, como el break, como el DJ, como vamos a tomarnos un break, un descanso. Bueno, pasa justamente. Ese snitch lo utilizan mucho hoy en día en español. No, usted es mucho snitch. No, o sea, hay gente que lo escucha como ese. Ese snitch ya saben que es muy utilizado. Entonces, cuando algún estudiante o algo le quiere, profe, ¿cómo no sea sapo? Ya saben que sapo es toad, rana es frog, pero no pueden decir como don't be a toad o algo así, sino, y vean que esas palabras, yo le enseño a los estudiantes esas palabras y es lo primero que se les queda. Ahí se les olvida todo, pero al final siempre cuando estamos por ahí preguntando, entonces no seas snitch, dicen así, aunque seas con Spanglish, pero es bueno saber que se le quedan aunque sea esas palabras, that snitch. And this I feel like, as I was telling you, it is tengo ganas de. I feel like eating pizza. Tengo ganas de comer pizza. In this case, the next verb, the following verb has to be with ing. Siempre que queramos decir ese tengo ganas de, el siguiente verbo tiene que ir con ing. If you want to say tengo ganas de, I don't know. Just give me one example. I don't have many examples in my mind.
I feel like watching TV.
Exactly. I feel like watching TV. ¿Se dan cuenta? Son expresiones que utilizamos mucho. Tengo ganas todo el tiempo. I feel like. Entonces, bueno, les decía que en la canción de Bruno Mars, él dice que es de unos miquitos. No me acuerdo cómo se llama. Lazy Song, I think is the name. So today I don't feel like doing anything. What does it mean in Spanish? I mean, the song is today I don't feel like doing anything. No. So what is the meaning of that sentence? Today I don't feel like doing anything.
Hoy no quiero hacer nada. Hoy no quiero hacer nada.
Exacto. No quiero hacer nada, no tengo ganas de hacer nada. Today, hoy no tengo ganas de hacer nada. Entonces es una expresión que vean que en las páginas que yo les envié, sinceramente, esas cosas que les estoy enseñando, digamos ahorita, esas expresiones como el snitch, como el gossip, como el you have a big mouth, feel like, no aprendí eso en la universidad, sino lo he aprendido con las páginas que yo les envié en Instagram. Dicen muchas expresiones, como lo mismo del God willing, ¿qué era lo que significaba God willing? What is the meaning of God willing?
Si Dios quiere.
Si Dios quiere, exacto. Entonces, si ustedes quieren decir, si Dios quiere, voy a pasar, God willing, todas esas expresiones las he aprendido sinceramente en las páginas que les compartí ahí en Instagram, en el grupo de WhatsApp, como para que las sigan y empiecen a practicarlas de a poquito, porque hay como mucha información. La idea es siempre practicarla. Ese feel like, yo después de que lo vi y como sabía que lo utilizaba mucho en español, normalmente estas expresiones se olvidan mucho. Duré como unos 2, 3 días practicándola. I feel like, todavía haciendo varios ejemplos hasta que se me quedó ya. Entonces, muy, muy importante. Y ya lo último, muchachos, the last part that we are going to do. I have a game that is called Who Wants to Be Millionaire? You want at the end of the class, I can send you this one because these are some pictures that you can change that information. And I usually do this with my students at the end. Sometimes I do it like an exercise. Sometimes I do it as a quiz or test or exam. So they love that. They love this kind of activities. So if you want at the end of the class, just let me know and I will send you this. Okay. Ok. Normalmente estas diapositivas yo las encontré una vez como en internet, pero las he utilizado para todos los niveles. Siempre es como a final de cada nivel, con los estudiantes los pongo en parejas y vamos a hacer una competencia, les doy la nota al que gane o al dulce, al que sea. Bueno, es siempre lo que se me ocurra en el momento. Y la verdad, siempre que juego que quiero ser millonario, les gusta mucho porque con ese tipo de juegos aprenden mucho. Como que unos, digamos, lo tienen que hacer rápido porque también es cuestión de tiempo y caen mucho. Cuando al final hago la explicación de cada pregunta, dicen, cierto, y se les queda mucho más. So here we have like 15 questions, only 15 questions, and you're going to tell me A, B, C, or D. So we are going to start now. Creo que lo hemos hecho. I think that I already did it with you. Give me 1 second.
Letter B. Teacher, we don't listen to.
Oh, ok, sí, siempre que ponga esas diapositivas, normalmente no sé por qué, pero no se me escucha, entonces no pasa nada. Igual me lo van diciendo, yo los voy escuchando y ahí la voy colocando. So remember, early, temprano. So do you have breakfast early?
B.
Bueno, ese I do have, yo siempre lo pongo para que lo vean como error. Recuerden que ese I do no está mal, pero es cuando quiero hacer un énfasis y que quiero así como el really, en ese caso, pues no es muy usado. So I have breakfast. So are you studying English? A, B, C, or D? Okay. So, yeah. What you write. So B, 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 B. Okay. Remember, some people said B. Remember that when we're talking about present continuous, when the verb ends with Y, we don't delete the Y. It happens in present continuous. Recuerden que en simple present, recuerden el presente continuo, cuando el verbo termina en Y, no quitamos la Y. Eso pasa es en el presente simple y cuando hablamos de tercera persona. So in this case, it is C. Sí, okay, yeah. What? D? Viviana said D. D. Okay. Okay, yeah. D or A? D. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. A. Okay, how is it? A. A. Okay. A. Okay. B. A. What do you think? B. Okay. B, C. Wheels. Okay, in this case, it is. Okay, guys, remember that we are talking about present continuous because in the complement we have now. Como en el complemento tenemos now ahora, es presente continuo. Estás tú aprendiendo ahora. Yeah, okay, we have two more. Okay, just the last one. Esa ya es la última. So in this case, so we are talking about simple presence. Simple presence. So we use do, Juan and Pedro live together. Okay. Bueno, se colocaron creo que I, are. Recuerden que lo primero que tenemos que hacer es identificar el tiempo. Yeah, in this case, are no. If it says are Juan and Pedro living together, that's okay, living. But in this case, it's do and live. Okay. Okay, that's all, guys. So you can use this app too if you want. Could you remind me in the group? Tell me two things. I'm going to send you the tongue twisters, the link of the tongue twister, where you can practice that. The second is the second one is the page that I was sharing with you, where you can see when to use the verb with ing, with in infinitive. And the third one is this. I know, but I can't send this by WhatsApp. I don't think so because it is too heavy. I think so. So I have to do it by email. Yeah, I think. So just remind me the group that we have on WhatsApp. And if you want, you can write me and I will, I don't know, write me your email and I will send you this useful tool. Okay. So I think that that's all, guys. Thank you for coming. I hope you practice all the information that we have. Remember those expressions like God willing, like snitch, some expressions that you have to practice all the time. And remember the exceptions, the rules that we learned today. That's very, very important when you start, okay? That's going to be very, very important for you, okay? So that's all, guys. If you have any question, just write me, text me, whatever, and see you next week, okay? But see you on Thursday, I think so, on Tuesday, okay? Bye-bye, see you. Have a good night.
Thank you,
Teacher,
teacher.
bye.
Bye-bye. Good night.